money, typically one car, or not have to do that, one car, you can't put a car in and try to run something. Right, well, I think what you want to do is just become more ground. Very hard. That's the solution. Right, so the idea is to get about how that's what things like all that. Doing that. Really well, you got it done. When you're going downhill, it's all the same stuff. It's time fun to come. I'm much better than the center than the plan.
Better opportunity in turn one versus just throwing on the bowling ball. You have to allow guys to get attention before they have maximum grade. Stuff like practice. Yes. Practice, stuff like practice.
So the first title was 25. Yeah, right. And I thought, oh, I think it was probably
All right, so now that they can hear me, we apologize. I just now noticed that we were having some major mic issues. This is unheard of for us, but we're going to get it sorted out. All right, give me a mic check. Could you, Wesley, real quick?
So everything that we talked about is just not being heard at all, basically, right?
That is correct.
Oh, my goodness. Well, you better tell Joshua Altus that I did my job and done my studying and research.
Yeah. Well,
like, seriously.
Now we really get to go over what's going on, but we'll run through the grid.
Oh, my goodness.
I do apologize. This is on my end. I didn't check that. I didn't notice it, but it was on the OBS. Something went haywire with OBS on us, so we do apologize for that. But it is time for the team.
I just got a text from somebody. I just received a text from somebody that said, hey, Wes, y'all are silent right now if y'all are talking. So this is all on Charles. But anyhow, let's recap, okay, for those. We apologize. We welcome you to the Virginia Office Supply 200. He is Charles Wooten. I'm Wesley Outland. The 46 car is your Mountaineer Outfitters Fast Qualifier that has jumped on board as a new sponsor for the Pole Award. And without further ado, Team 126 Racing starting lineup for the Virginia Office Supply 200. Kevin Martin is on the pole in the 46. Spencer Hardison to the outside of the number 9. Row number 2 will find Braxton DeWeese looking for 3 wins in a row, the all-time winner at 7. He'll start third. Jacob Grant, his teammate for High Five in the number 4 spot. Joey Stone in the 6. Ross Tatum in 21. Row number 4 will find Zach Peterson in 96. Joseph Madigan in 76. Row 5 in your top 10. That will be Christian Gardner in 7. Tanner Johnson in 11. Moving on to row number 6. It will be Eric Stamp in 69. Joshua Altus at 94. Row 7 will be Logan Brakey, followed by Jake Rager in the 13. Row number 8, Fisher in 92, Dyer in 88. Row number 9 will find Andrew Cody along with Rob Sherwood in the 29. Row 10, Caleb Smith in the 12, Robbie Helms in the 18. Row 11, Spencer Best in 20, Brockton Packard in 24. Row number 12 will find Chris Smith in 55, Keenan Massey in the 4, and row number 13, last starter, Matthew Gilliams in the number 28. So again, 7 wins for Braxton DeWeese. He's the all-time winner now of the SNB Cup Series presented by Appalachian Hauler Hunters. We are here at Michigan International Speedway, 200 miles, 100 laps. Fuel window is only at 65% fuel capacity, so between 27 to 31 laps, they will come to the pits. There will be a competition caution on lap 35 if there's a caution between 30 to 30. That will be the comp yellow. Pace car is ready to drop on. You are now caught up in less than 2 minutes. We apologize for the audio issues, but we are ready for the roar. Green flag, round 3 at Michigan underway for the SNB Cup Series.
Yeah, and there you see the green as Braxton DeWeese, the only one to win so far. So
that's right.
He is still the only one in the green, and we are showing still yellow. Is there a caution literally out?
There is a caution. We got a big
field.
problem on the bottom of the tri-oval down into turn number 1. We just wadded up a couple of cars down there. And we will look at our Pulse Poppers instant replay to find out what happened as quick as we went to green. It had to have been in the back of the pack there, Charles.
Yeah, it did. It looks like Brockton Packard possibly involved, Tanner Johnson. Oh, yes, right there. Looks like the 76
Madigan
is where it started.
it. Madigan in 76 started it, and a whole bunch of other cars nowhere to go.
Wesley, I think this was some tire spin possibly or something, because I honestly thought our overlays had glitched out and we were just still throwing the yellow. And no, it was a legitimate caution.
This. Coming to the start, Joseph Madigan, that 76 car. There he is, 4th car up on the outside lane. There he is, right up under the red car, and he lost it on his own, and then everybody else had to get on the binders to miss him, and then that caused calamity in the front and the back with everybody on a chain course of checking up him.
Yeah, we're going to go back and watch this here, Wesley, on board with that 76. Watch his wheel. That was not a tire spin. That looked more like a mechanical issue, possibly a steering.
Break?
Yeah, I'm wondering if something happened to the steering. We're about to see, because that was a sharp turn right into the outside wall right there. Maybe it wasn't. You know, his wheel was going one way and the car went the other, but yeah, what a pile up there on the start of the race. So, not the start I expected. To be honest, Wesley, I'm with you. It's Michigan. It's 2 miles. I really figured this race would be, you know, strung out and a little bit on the snoozer side. You know, I didn't expect that. I definitely did not expect a caution coming to the start.
Yellow flag coming out for the first time after a multi-car accident here in the Virginia Office Supply 200. This race is presented by Virginia Office Supply. We're under caution in the early going. More from Michigan with the SNB Cup Series when we return after a word from Virginia Office Supply on LSRTV.
Look at that! Look how wide that deer is. Oh my god. Oh my god. He's down. He's down. Hold him up first, huh? Can you hold him up? Son, what do you think about that? Excited? After me.
Welcome back to coverage of the SNB Cup Series presented by Appalachian Hauler Hunters. And that was the sponsor that we had the video for. This race is presented by Virginia Office Supply. For nearly 60 years, Virginia Office Supply has offered your office, school, and church supply needs. We offer office contract, home and church furniture, UPS shredding, on and off site, printing, greeting cards, books, gifts, janitorial supplies, with more products added almost weekly and daily. Take the time to stop by or call to experience our excellent customer service today. Where friends send their friends since 1960. That is Virginia Office Supply. Under the yellow flag for the first time after a multi-car accident. I'll tell you what, Charles, a lot of these drivers are going to be using the fast repair very quickly, like Madigan and more.
Yeah, there's going to be basically the rear end of the field using fast repairs. As you can see here, we'll switch it over to pit stops for you on the screen. We'll quickly pull that up real fast. And you can see basically right there, some of them already made 2 stops. 16th place down has made stops. Everybody else is sitting pretty right there. They were not involved in that, but definitely a different way to open a race. I've seen it once before in the history of broadcasting here on iRacing, and that happened in the Northwest Cup Series where we wadded up the fields quickly. You know, I'll be honest, and I think you can kind of back this up. Usually when you see a big wad of cars wrecked like that on the start of a race, it's usually a sprint car race in dirt.
Yeah. We'll try this again. Field will make their way back to the Geico restart zone. You see that box right there between the 2 fire lines, and they come back to speed. Green flag back in the air. We will try this again. Your Mountaineer Outfitters fast qualifier, Kevin Martin, he's got DeWeese behind him. Grant, Hardison, Peterson, your top 5 back to speed. They roar to turn 1.
Yeah, and here comes Spencer Hardison, and I believe he's got that tight end loose off machine, and he does in the number 9. If I recall, he was number 19. No, sorry, that is not Spencer Hardison. That is Jacob Grant that's got the tight end loose off. My apologies. I just saw it from the rear of the car, but doing pretty good for Jacob Grant right now as he is in the 3rd place. It's Zach Peterson doing good too. In the 96, he just got by Hardison, who was in 4th. Now he's in 5th.
That's right. So they work around the racetrack, opening laps underway. As this race is green flag here at Michigan. This race is 200 miles, 100 laps, and honestly, Charles, this race could go by fairly quickly if they, stay out of trouble.
Yeah,
do well.
I think
this
that's
going to
be a little harder said than done. As you were saying, as they can stay clean and green, I did see some cars beating and banging with the outside wall safer barrier there just a little bit. I believe it was the 2 of Logan Breaking that may have got into it in that Sportsnet Microsoft machine, but it could have been the 7 just ahead of him or the 20 behind him. But they were definitely beating and banging, and it's a hornet's nest back there. There's almost 3 wide back here for the top 10 position.
Yeah, it certainly is. We'll watch them as they work their way back around the corner.
And again, I do want to apologize with the intro there. It was all Wesley's fault.
No, it wasn't. I'm not taking blame.
Okay, he won't take blame for it. Still don't make it his fault. But no, it was a technical error. It looks like OBS decided, after we did a PC update on the PC here for the office for the streaming PC, it unconnected our audio gear. So that's always nice,
And you're the one that tells me you don't like when updates. You don't do updates.
Well,
you're lying.
I typically don't like. I've been pushing that update off for a while now because I hate to do an update right before an event. I was going to wait till we were off for about 2 weeks for the holiday and stuff, and or at least a week for some of them. And unfortunately, we had storms, so I turned it off, not thinking, and it updated. But that's precisely why we do not update our computer here in the studio very often, because stuff like that does happen, and we don't always catch it. So it's unfortunate. We do apologize. But, hey, we're back. And right now, there's a good little battle for the lead. Do you call that 3 or 10-car battle for the lead?
That's about a nice 10-car battle, if you will. At least 4 cars in a gaggle right there with each other as they work their way into 3. DeWeese there in that number 8 car. He'll move to the lead again. Martin falls back to second. Open up the door to the inside to now Grant. As there goes Machine also there in that mix, working their way back around. Peterson, Gardner, top 5. And again, High Five Racing going to 1 through 3. Martin pulling back up on the outside lane. Precision banking a premium here at Michigan. He's trying to make it work off the top shelf out of 2.
Yeah, he definitely is. And, I was informed of a little bit of a tidbit of information as we go back to 17th place for Josh Altus back here. He is the only driver in the history of SNB Cup Series to make an appearance in every single race thus far, starting with Season 1 all the way to tonight's race.
Inside, there goes that 54 machine. We'll keep an eye on that driver. Let's look who's climbing up. Peterson now in there. And we got a couple of cars getting a little loose there. Just a second. They'll hold it together. Spinning and grinning. Keep going. Charles, no harm, no foul. We'll keep it out front with DeWeese leading.
Yeah, that was the 69 of Eric Stamp. As he may have, it was him or the 48. I thought it was the 48, and he is right in front of him. So either Andrew Cody or Eric Stamp got way sideways, as all I saw was purple and sideways. So I'm not sure which one it was, but they did save it, so that's good for them. But, I want to point out here, Braxton DeWeese is leading this race. Wesley, and currently he's the only driver with a win on the series.
That's right.
When they get to the drops, if he was to have to drop one of his races right now, his drop, which is your lowest finish,
would be a win.
Yeah, it would be a win. He would have to drop one of his wins. So, just interesting there that if something like that happens, you obviously want to drop your lowest place finish, but, do you really want to drop a win?
A win is a win is a win. 12 laps in here at Michigan so far. We had that one hit on the start where we had a multi-car accident down below the bottom of the tri-oval. Since then, it has been full song for these drivers. Luis out in front, Grant in second, Martin, Peterson, Gardner getting in there, and there's contact. Pole car goes around Martin down below the infield grass. Everyone else spins as he goes down below the apron. Caution will come out on lap number 13, the pole car. The Mountaineer Outfitters fast qualifier, Kevin Martin, and I would be suffice to say, Charles, he had help on the back straightaway.
Yeah, he definitely had some help. Somebody maybe getting a little antsy there as we're going to see if we can get a better view of it. So that view just not working. So we're going to go back here just a little bit more and see if we can't tell. If we absolutely have to, we'll just go to the drone, as it's going to give us a good indicator, I think, hopefully. Drone kind of far out here tonight. And you can see them. They're going into the corner now, going to the backstretch. And this may be just a product of getting a run. Yeah, he kind of hooked him there. And just came up and hooked him. So, Wesley, if you hook somebody from now on, being that Pulse Poppers is our replay sponsor, can we say they Pulse Poppered them? I mean, they're fishing lures and hooks. He hooked him. He Pulse Poppered him. Yeah. Okay, so maybe not. But either way, he did hook him for sure. That's going to send Kevin Martin deep into this field, and pit stops are underway.
And this is not the competition caution yet either. We're supposed to have a competition caution on lap number 5. As here comes the cavalry onto the pit lane, just 14 laps in. Remember their fuel cycle, 65% fuel cell for this race, 9 to 31 laps. So you've got DeWeese, Hardison, Grant, Martin, Helms, Peterson, Altus, Gilliams, Stamp, Brakey, Smith, Rager, Sherwood, Smith, all on the pit road for pit service, Charles. Half. It is half the distance of what would have been when they needed to go for fuel.
Yeah,
27 to 31 laps, he cut it in half.
I think the guys that just came down right now, I think
a new strategy they're working on?
Yeah, and I think it's going to possibly be a winning strategy because these guys that didn't come down, Gardner, Fisher, Cody, Stone, Best, these guys that did not come down, they are running on the fuel they had in the car from the start, which means they're going to have to come down possibly around 29 to 31, in that range somewhere. So you're going to have to come down just before the competition caution, which, if we get there, is going to be around there. But the cautions we've seen now, that could potentially get them trapped a lap down on pit road. I would have come down and taken the fuel, because now these guys that just took fuel, that are sitting in 6th, 7th, 8th, and a little further down, they can go right on through that competition caution. Or at least pit when it's
Christian
out.
Gardner in the number 7 machine did not pit. So Christian Gardner is now the leader in the number 7. See the rest of the field there for those that pitted, some that didn't.
And this is another little information for the ones out there watching. This is, of course, their 3rd time being here excuse me, to Michigan. And the first winner for Season 1, Josh Altus. 2nd season was Rob Sherwood. And right now, neither one of them currently even in the top 10, I do believe. No, they are not. Josh is in 12th. And Rob Sherwood is all the way down in 18th. So if they're going to go get a second win here, for Altus, obviously can't be back-to-back, but if Rob Sherwood wants back-to-back wins, he's got his work cut out for him all the way back nearly 20th.
Christian Gardner, Thomas Fisher, along with Andrew Cody, Joey Stone, Spencer Best, your top 5. They'll get ready to come back to the Geico restart zone this time by. And we'll get ready for the restart after the second caution flag. Remember, there are still 20 laps away from a competition caution on lap 35. If there's a yellow between 30 to 35, that will be the competition yellow. But there's already been 2 cautions in this race. Bunched up, bottled up on the restart, back to the Geico restart zone, green flag. Gardner gets everybody asleep at the wheel. They're going to stick it 3 wide for a second while Gardner rushes into 1.
Yeah, and I'm wondering if these fresher tires are going to work a little bit. We already heard from drivers like Josh Altus that the fresh tires, those first couple of laps, are a little rough. He obviously wanted to run a different steering ratio. He wanted to run 10 to 1, but he opted and was told by other drivers, don't do that. It may handle good then, it'll handle horrible later in the run. So it makes you wonder if any of these guys maybe did that change and are regretting it, or if these new tires are possibly going to play a factor. As Ross Tatum did take tires, and no, he didn't. Sorry, fuel only for Tatum, but he is actually still going through. Braxton DeWeese, fuel only as well. You'd have to go back to 8th place, Logan Brakey, the first one to take tires on that pit stop.
Gardner, Cody, Fisher, Stone, Tatum, top 5.
And possibly
everyone
a new
right
leader.
there working their way in the 3. There they are to the inside. Cody looking for the lead. Gardner, one car having a little ink and blink and nod issue down to the inside. DeWeese is coming hard, and he's coming up on the outside. Charles, what a run in that green number 8 machine for High Five Racing. Sticks it 3 wide, threading the middle, and the needle is right there. 3 wide. They're all slicing and dicing through the pack. They're going to go 4 wide to the inside with Grant there.
Yeah, we'll see how well this works out.
Fisher in the mix.
Oh, they barely went. I think the 92 may have checked up a little bit of Fisher. If Fisher hadn't checked up, that could have spelled disaster with Fisher all over the back bumper of DeWeese, and they're still not done. They're still 3 wide going on for second place.
And how about Logan Brakey in that battle as well? Look at this battle going 3 wide in front of the man that's leading the points, the 2-time winner this year so far at Daytona and Kansas, the points leader, the all-time winner. And he is trying everything he can to weasel his way inside and outside. One car got fishtailed for a moment in the back, and there he is spinning. Caution is out on lap number 20.
Yeah, it was Grant and Dyer having a little contact there. We'll take a quick look and see what happened. But
Matt Dyer and Jacob Grant causing the caution for the 3rd time. Pulse popper, instant replay, Charles, and we saw just a little fishtail, and quickly our cameras caught it. And there it is in real time. That's what happened.
Yeah, we'll take one more look here from the blimp, and you can tell, you'll watch the 88 of Matt Dyer. He gets a little bit loose here, as you'll see it just in a moment. You'll see him get a little squirmy. I'm not sure if there was contact right before that, or if it's just got loose on him coming out of the corner. We're about to find out.
Remember, aerial coverage is always presented by All-American Pools.
Oh, no,
wow.
He had contact with the 48.
Down on him, it looked like.
Pardon me, 46. So, yeah, contact was made multiple times, and unfortunately 2 cars going around.
So no harm, no foul for Matt Dyer and Jacob Grant. They'll continue along. 21 of 100 laps. Now the question is, Charles, does any of the cars, and are they going to pit? We saw Caleb Smith play mind games. I thought the CEFM Motorsports entry or CEM Motorsports entry was going to come down to the pit lane. Does anyone else pit? Because it's kind of around that pit window we were talking about, as here comes Andrew Cody into the pits. Brockton Packard is in. Matthew Gilliams is in. Altus is in. Peterson, Tatum, Williams, Johnson, Grant, all these cars onto the pit lane.
Yeah, it's definitely I don't know, it's a strategy to come in. If you come in, you're going to be able to make it well past the competition caution point. However, I still expect guys to come in on that competition caution. So it's definitely a lot of different, strategies being played out here. Which one's going to win? Well, that is to be determined at this point.
Quick break. Back for more in a moment. At the Virginia Office Supply 200 having a wrath of cautions in the opening quarter laps.
Every customer, every single time, needs to get our very best. From moment one, my goal managing a team here in the dealership is to make sure that that customer's experience is the very best that they've ever had. We expect and demand total transparency. There should never be a time in that transaction where the customer is wondering or not quite sure of what they're buying or what they're paying or those sorts of things. And having that transparency and doing things the right way is super important.
So the lights will go off on the pace car. We'll get ready to go back for the restart. Christian Gardner out in front, the number 7 machine, the number 6 of Joey Stone. To the outside, row number 1, Logan Brakey, Caleb Smith in row 2, the 2 and 12. Row 3 will find the 9 of Spencer Hardison, Braxton DeWeese in the number 8. Eric Stamp and Rob Sherwood, 69-29. Row 4 and back of the top 10, Kevin Martin and Thomas Fisher. He's Charles Wooten. I'm Wesley Outland back up here topside at Virtual Michigan in the Virginia office of I-200. Race number 3 for the SNB Cup Series, presented by Appalachian Hauler Hunters, every Wednesday night on LSRTV.
And I can confirm they are racing next week. They are not off for the break. Obviously, it really doesn't affect them too much. And you know, Wesley, I have to give you props. You are doing a much better job than that Wesley Inland we had the other night.
Only if you had the audio work properly.
Yeah, well, hey, that's what you get when the computer doesn't update and you didn't tell it to. Stuff breaks. That's why you don't do updates.
Makes their way to the Geico restart zone. Car is in. Working lap 25. Green back in the air here at Michigan. And Gardner on the jump, pulling away from the field. As he pulls over single file, they're 2 by 2 by 2. Like Noah leading the animals to the ark back into turn 1 virtually.
Now they are side by side. Brakey having a good run for himself in this rally. He's been having a good run in the ARL as well, so good to see him doing good. Joey Stone obviously streaming this himself as also does this on NASCAR Heat as well, I do believe. So we'll see if we get a chance to talk to him. But they're 3-ride once again. Hardison, DeWeese, and Joey Stone. Stone going to be shuffled back though.
Logan Brakey will now move to the lead. Caleb Smith to second. Hardison has now gone to third. Gardner and Stamp your top 5 now. DeWeese back to 6th.
Yeah, things are definitely getting shuffled around. And we're getting words. I thought he was joking earlier. It is where is he? I don't really know where he's at on the track. But Cody. His last name is actually Cooties, not Cody. It's Cody, not Cody. So I really thought he was joking with me when he said that.
It is Cootie.
Yeah, it's Cootie.
It is Cootie in 48. Cootie. Okay.
Yes, I honestly thought he was joking.
And I said that the first time, and then you said, I think it's Andrew Cody, but it's actually Andrew Cootie. Andrew Cootie up 12 spots of that Ally Financial number 48 machine that looks just like Jimmy Johnson's car of 7-time NASCAR Cup Series champion. There he goes. And the car now that Alex Bowman drives, that one at Richmond a couple of weeks ago when I was at Richmond for NASCAR. Yeah.
Yeah. It's an okay car.
It's a what?
It's an okay car.
It's an okay car.
This is a better looking car.
I heard that.
Taco Bell. Dong. Anyway, regardless of how the cars looks, they're both performing very well at the moment. And you got to go a little ways back here to find one of the closest battles. It's a little further back, around 10th place or so, as that is Josh Altus working his way. Rob Sherwood, he's in 6th place. You know, we just talked about him in 18th before that caution. Now he's up inside the top 5 nearly.
Work their way back to 1. Around to turn number 2 to the back straightaway. Logan Brakey out in front. Wondering, Charles, are we still see the competition caution? We've had 3 yellow flags in the opening 25 laps of this race. Will we see, do you think, the competition caution in 10 laps?
Yes,
will it still fall, do you think?
Yeah, they will definitely still run the competition caution. They will not waver from that, so we'll see another caution for sure.
That's what I would say, but why? Why would you do that? You've already had 3 yellow flags in the opening 20 laps. I just, you know. Oh well, it is what it is.
Yeah,
That's why we're in the booth and not the directors.
Yes, I don't want to be in that seat either. They can have it. As we also have a little bit of a battle going on here. It looks like Eric Stamp gonna get a little piece of the wall there, just a little bit in that Taco Bell machine. But Hardison trying to make a run for the lead. So is Caleb Smith and Andrew Cootie. He's trying to get something going as well.
And look at the inside run. Breaky, the man out in front leading, but here comes Spencer Hardison in that rainbow-colored number 9. Up the outside comes Cootie. Looking for the lead as well. They're going to stick it 3 wide. Cootie to the lead on the outside lane in 48.
Yeah, what a run. You may have Ally on the car, but you don't got no allies on the track. Logan Breaky in second place in the number 2, but Hardison had to check up a little bit, so I think Hardison's about to get by him for second place. Caleb Smith in that battle as well. And again, the battles are kind of starting to spread out. You got some back here as well in the 8th position. You go a little further back, you got another little battle going on. Of course, you have the one up front. You have this one back here with a 4-car battle that is led by Braxton DeWeese. He is mired well in the field right now in the 11th position, but he did pit, so he's looking to try to bounce back here when that competition caution happens.
And that competition caution will happen in about 5 laps or so. We're on lap number 30. As again, Cootie is still out in front of the 48 machine, but he has got a Hornet's Nest behind him right there. Breaky, Hardison, Peterson, Smith, all those cars in that pack trying to gobble up the leader. 4 to go in this competition caution that is forthcoming. We are on lap number 30, so if there is a yellow flag between 30 to 35, this will be deemed the competition caution. And mind you, we already had 3 in the opening 25 laps. In the opening quarter of this 100-lap event, 3 yellow flags. Charles, do you think we're setting ourselves up for yellow flag fever tonight at Michigan?
I definitely hope not, and I do also want to point out, if you're going to pit, you need to do it right now. It's when they take the green or the flag right there, that is starting lap 33.
Pit road closes.
Pit road is closed. So we'll just have to kind of see. You're going to stuck where you are. And the guys that have not pitted yet, Wesley, Joey Stone, Fisher, Gardner, they are mired back in 11th, 12th, and 13th. So pitting, we'll see if it was a winning strategy or if not pitting was a winning strategy.
Well, we got Best on the pit lane, the number 20 machine. He will pit. We're going to see if anyone else will come down, any more takers down to the pit lane here before the completion of this lap. And pit road will close on this lap when the leader crosses the line. And only Best is the only car that is brave enough to come down to the pit lane before the pits close. Pit road is closed. The field back into turn number 2 with Cootie with a big lead in the Ally 48 off of turn 2.
Yeah, he's got a sizable lead over the rest of the field. And there's part of that field right there. Those guys are side by side. 2, well, now we're going to go 3 wide going into the corner.
Oh, 3 wide in the middle. Smith.
Williams
watching these drivers working their way to the line. Remember, we're coming up on lap number 35 when they cross the scoring loop. When everybody crosses the line, yellow flag will come out and be displayed. We're on lap number 35 now. Once everyone is past the scoring loop, the yellow flag will be displayed to the field after the completion of this lap.
Yeah, these guys are jockeying
number
for
35
every
this
position
time
they
by.
get. They
That's
are
right.
just back and forth, and you're watching that leader, but this is the pack you got to watch right here as well. But they've kind of single filed out. I think people are aware at this point that the competition caution is coming out this time by when they get to the line, so just kind of settling for where they're at.
Crossing the line will be Cootie. And there's the yellow flag as the rest of the field comes across this finish line as well. And the 48 Ally financial entry of Andrew D will lead here at the competition caution on lap number 36.
And this will be an interesting one, too, to see who's coming down pit road, who's not coming down pit road. My guess, everybody's coming down pit road here for this competition. Caution, and knowing they can basically do 30 laps of fuel, we have 65 to go, so say 60 basically. So you have at least 2 pit stops. So this could get very interesting. We may see some guys come down and top off on fuel right before we go green, just to get that extra little bit of fuel in.
Andrew Cootie in the number 14, Logan Brakey in the 2, Joshua Altus at 94, Eric Stamp your top 5. Then it's going to be Matthew Gilliams in 28, 6th. The 12, Caleb Smith is 7th, 96. Zach Peters is 9th. Kevin Martin, Mountaineer Outfitters fast qualifier of the race, is now mired back in 10th. Braxton DeWeese, the 2, followed by Joey Stone, 12th. Thomas Fisher, 13th. Christian Gardner is 14th. Robbie Helms in the top 15. And then to round out the top 25, it includes Robbie Helms, Adam, Tanner Johnson, and Jake Rager, your top 20. Chris Smith, Jacob Grant, Spencer Best, Joseph Madigan. One car did not start. You called it, Charles. Here comes the entire cavalry onto the pit lane during the competition caution.
Yeah, I knew everyone was going to come down, and I'm telling you, I don't think we're done. I think we're going to see some of these guys maybe top off on fuel here in the next little bit, as again, you see everybody coming down. This is going to put us roughly, we're at 63 laps to go. We'll go green probably with about... That's going to be pushing it very close to the fuel window. However, some of these laps obviously under caution, but if I'm one of these guys and I want to be safe, I'm going to come in here, I'm going to circle back around and probably come in and top off on fuel as I can and sacrifice a little bit of track position right now.
Quick break from our sponsor, Appalachian Hauler Hunters. The Virginia Office Supply 200 continues in a moment on Live Sim Racing from Michigan.
Look at that! Look how wide that deer is. Oh my god. Oh my god. He's down. He's down. Hold him up first, huh? Hold him up. Think about that. After me.
Welcome back to Michigan, the field, getting the 1 to go indication. Double them up for the restart. Charles Wooten, Wesley Outland back here with you. We are approaching lap number 40. And after a shuffle of the pit stops, Charles, where everybody came down to the pit lane, Matt Dyer and Joseph Madigan finally exiting out, the leader in the 28 car.
Yeah, I kind of figured we would see some drivers top off on fuel here this last time by, but it doesn't seem down. Took 4 tires in fuel, with the exception, I will say, of, it looks like Matthew, he was a 7.5 stop. That could indicate 2 tires and fuel, but we know it was not a 4-tire stop for Matthew Williams. Trickery here, I'm going to try to play some strategy on these guys to save a half a set of tires, or potentially have a complete set and go with fuel only on that stop.
Remember, the fuel window is between 27 to 31 laps on a 65. They were giving 4 sets of tires. They've already used some 2 already. Back to the Geico restart zone, green flag in the air. Halfway, we are back underway, and Hootie back to the lead, trying to run down Gilliams as they work. Well, there's a shot there, going after him, Charles. Whoa, look at this. as Gilliam's under attack, and here comes Andrew Cootie. He goes right back to the lead, and they're going to stick it 3 wide, but Logan Breaky in the middle going off of 4. Charles, are you there, bud?
Yeah, we are. Hopefully you can hear us. But yes, they are going 2 and 3 wide here, duking it out. Maybe a little aggressive this early in the race. We'll find out.
9 laps to halfway in this event. The Virginia Office Supply 200, round number 3 of the SNB Cup Series. Coming up tonight, we are back at Dover for Truck Series racing. The Northwest iRacing Truck Series and Hermiston Automotive, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram. Hey, Charles, you'll be proud of me, bud. I bought a Dodge Avenger today.
See, now I wasn't going to bring it up, Wesley, but since you brought it up, for the ones out there watching, Wesley broke his car, or broke, whatever, and he went test driving today, and he told me this story, and he did not say don't tell anyone, so I'm going to tell everyone. Wesley went test driving cars. What'd you say, test drive 4, you said?
Yeah, we test drove about 3 or 4 different cars.
And
we didn't like them.
2 of them broke down.
Yeah, they broke down. They wouldn't start. What are you...
So, not only did Wesley break his own car, he broke 2 other cars test driving them as well. So,
Okay.
We have a special guest.
Oh, hello, I'm his mom. Hey, listen, when you're test driving a car and it won't start at first and then you get left on the side of the road, that's not a good omen to get that car, I don't think.
Well, okay, didn't know we had a special guest, but we're going to have to make sure this special guest was approved. I didn't see any approval slips, but
Hey, don't be mean.
I'm not being mean. I didn't
That's
get
my
to...
mom.
I'd kick my own mom out of the booth. What are you
He
talking
said no
about?
approval. We didn't have any approval for special guests. She apologized. Don't make her feel bad, Charles. Come on, dude.
That's what I... No,
Nah, he's playing with you.
That's what you say. I know your mother, and she would not feel bad.
Yeah, he knows your mom. He knows you. You know Charles. He's the one that was on the phone whenever you ate my Arby's and robbed me.
but yes,
Yeah.
bad omen. You shouldn't buy a car if it breaks down. But you know what's not breaking down is this race so far. We're now 44 laps in, 40 working lap 45. Yes, we've had those few cautions, but they have been side by side, 3 wide, 4 wide. Do we see 5 wide later?
Maybe. We've gone premium several times.
Yeah, and these guys
We're
are not
approaching
done.
lap 50. We're approaching halfway here. Andrew Cootie still out in front. Altus in second. Altus in the 94 machine up on the outside. 6 wins in his career. He's not won this year, though. He's a former champion of the series as well. He was the season 1 champion.
Champion, and look at this, side by side, 2 deep, and the battle is still on for the lead. You know, we like to go out and give some love to everybody else. We have a side by side battle for the lead. They're separated by 0.049 at the moment. The outside lane having a little bit of momentum, and Wesley,
Going 3-1.
you know this as well as anyone. You've probably been to this track in real life.
Yes.
It is just like a super speedway. While it's not as big, it's a half a mile shorter. You can draft with people here.
At one time, Michigan tracks at NASCAR. I mean, they would send it and go 200 plus miles an hour.
Yeah, and you know, and it's very reasonable why you would why they would happen, because you know somebody out there that doesn't know NASCAR, doesn't know racing really, would think, well, that's not true. If it's a super speedway, they got restrictor plates. That's precisely why they get as fast as they do here, because it's not classified as a super speedway. Thus, there's no restrictor plates.
Altus, Stone, Hardison, Cootie, Stamp, top approaching halfway here in a few more laps. Andrew Cootie from the rear deck lid of his car.
And you can see just how they're shuffling. This is what's caused our few cautions we've had, as these guys shuffling around left and right and zigzagging and all over the place. And you see right there, single a little crazy. You have to go back to DeWeese here. As there you can see they're starting to go side by side, and somebody going from the top to the bottom and back to the top again.
At Michigan for the SNB Cup Series in their third season. Previous winners include in Season 1 Series champion Joshua Altus, Rob Sher. We covered that on LSRTV. That was a pretty wild race, if I remember. Hey, by the way, Charles, as we approach halfway, tensions were high last night in practice here at Michigan. In the league, we're getting into it with some of the veterans, causing some tempers to flare. DeWeese among those are not happy with some of the new drivers, and comes over this in the race as we approach the second half.
Yeah, second half is going to be underway when they get to the line, and yeah, tensions were very high. This is very early in the season to have tension rising, but hey, it is that way sometimes. You know, the veterans are used to their ways, and then you have the new guys come onto the block, and you know, they do things, and the old guys are, well, not happy with it sometimes. It is part of what it is. I'm sure it happens in the real NASCAR as well. And you know, speaking of, we're actually off, but tension's getting really high in that American iRacing League season finale, as well as multiple drivers about ready to bite somebody's head off.
Halfway.
Caution is out, and it is Caleb Smith this time, and somebody else with him as well. That is going to be Robbie Helms. And there's already underway, so we'll go back a little bit further here and see exactly what did and transpire. But we know Smith involved as well. Exactly what happened is the question.
If you want to count the competition caution, Charles, this will be yellow flag number 5.
Yeah, we'll count number 4, as we don't count. Contact leads to a little more contact, and 2 drivers, Robbie Helms and Caleb Smith, just getting annihilated there. We'll see what these guys do not have. Fast repairs. There are 0. No correction. They have 1 fast repair. My apologies on that. Fast repair. So some of them have used them. If you look, Josh Altus has used his fast repair. Other drivers have used them. Matt Dyer has used his. Madigan's used his, but some of them have not.
Here comes the cavalry on the pit lane. Charles, we had a feeling. We had a feeling they were pitting. And here we go. The question is, now, I take that back, Charles. There ain't no way this is the money stop.
We got 48 laps to go. We're still at minimum 18 laps away from them being able to make it. So, yeah, we're still almost 20 away from the money stop.
53 of 100. The Virginia Office Supply 200 rolls along here on LSRTV. For nearly 60 years, Virginia Office Supply has offered your office, school, and church supply needs. We offer office, contract, home, or church furniture ups, UPS shredding, on and off site, printing, greeting cards, books, gifts, janitorial supplies, with more products added almost week. Take time to stop by or call to experience our customer service excellence today, where friends send their friends since 1960. Virginia Office Supply.
Yeah, definitely check them out, get those office supplies. And you know, I will say this, they're an office supply doing stuff like that. Even if you don't have an office, check them out because, excuse me, I've been in office supply stores before and went in there and, you know, there's a lot of people like myself that, you know, just want a big desk, a big manly desk for their studio. It's not really an office, but you use it as one, and you know, you can get some stuff in there that would be great even for a home office or you know, just for your gaming rig, gaming desk. I will tell you this, you know, no offense to you know, Walmart or, you know, some of the places like that sell desk or gaming desk. But if you want a solid piece of furniture that's going to last, go to something like the Office Supply, Virginia Office Supply. They're going to have something that's going to last longer because it's intended to be in an office, so it's going to be well built.
46 laps to go.
The question is, Wesley, are we
Yes,
out
sir.
of the woods on cautions? I don't think so. I think we're going to see at least 2 more.
I don't think we are either.
I say 2 more. What do you call? How many cautions are we going to have?
I say 3 more.
3 more. I call 2 more. We'll see who's right. Whoever's right gets the other person's pay for the day. And when I say we get your pay, Wesley, I mean for any other real life events you do as well. Sound fair?
Yeah.
Good, because I didn't do anything else today. I sit at home. But we almost had one there for second as the 7 of Christian Gardner got way sideways. Smoke came out, but he saves it. Go a little further back. They're 2 and 3 wide again. And this is what's led to some of these cautions. As right there, the 52 of Grant is going to thread the needle, and they're going to stay 3 wide all the way through the corner.
All right.
These guys are just absolutely going ham on each other right now. They're 3 wide almost for second. Again, sorry, yeah, that is for the lead. My apologies. As it's Braxton DeWeese, Joey Stone, Gardner, Altus, Fisher, Rob Sherwood. The 2 guys that have won Season 1 and Season 2 at this track, they are currently sitting in 5th and 7th. I said they needed to pick it up. They may have heard me, Wesley, because they have picked it up big time.
DeWeese is looking for that 3rd win. He has literally dominated the series, Charles.
Yeah,
Nobody can beat him.
Like we mentioned it earlier, you know it's bad when you get a drop week and your drop at the point in the season would be a win. You want to drop your lowest finish. If he were to drop his race right now, it would be a win. That's just crazy.
DeWeese, Stone, Gardner, Grant, Fisher, your top 5.
And to answer a question there for Keenan Massey in the chat, is the stream skipping or is it his phone internet? It could be your phone internet. However, we did diagnose this, and I forgot to mention it the other day, that YouTube has been having some issues with buffering and skipping. So we'll have to see if anybody else is having any issues. I can tell you right now on our end, despite all the weather we've had, we actually have an excellent connection, is what it's telling us. We have not lost any data in this race so far. So I'm not sure if anybody else is having any issues, but we do know that YouTube itself has been having some issues with their servers potentially, so that could possibly be the issue. Maybe acting up for mobile devices. But Braxton DeWeese out front to Stone, Grant, and Gardner right there with them. Really, there's a good little battle going on for your top 5 or 6 right now.
The Approaching 40 laps to go. We're thinking somewhere between 75 and 80. They're going to have to pit again, and that will be the money stop. DeWeese and Stone, Grant, Fisher, Gardner, Hardison, Tatum, Smith, Martin, Packard are your top 10. Then it's going to be Altus, who just snuck in there to 11th. He battles with Dyer for that spot. They'll flip-flop those again. Smith, Danny Smith, Caleb Smith is up there. Rager, Brakey, Sherwood, Best, Williams, Stamp, Cootie, now your top 20. Yeah. Johnson, Peterson, Helms, and Madigan, and that's the full field rundown.
If we do not see a caution here in the next little bit, I'm predicting these guys to come down. I'm thinking they'll come down around 75. That'll leave us 25 laps to go. That should give them a little bit of a cushion as far as fuel, because they can go 29 to 31 laps. That'll give them 25 in the race. If we got a late race caution and went into overtime, the caution lap wouldn't really take too much of their fuel because it's under pacing. So I expect to see these guys come in somewhere between laps 75 to 80 is my prediction for their final money stop of the race.
Stone, DeWeese, Grant, Fisher, Hardison, your top 5.
And it's been a good race, really, all race. You know, we come into some of these races, Wesley, and you say it, I say it. Just about anybody else that's coming to a Michigan race has said it. It's Michigan. It's a big track, and a lot of the times it becomes very boring as Braxton DeWeese trying to take the lead from Joey Stone. This one has not been one of those races. It is a huge count here of 24 cars. And they are just showing you why they are the SNB Cup Series and why they're so good, as there's really been a battle for the top 5 all race long.
We'll watch them here as the laps continue to tick away. Side by side, DeWeese getting come. And I'll tell you what, Spencer Hardison, he's hungry. He's trying to climb back up to the field as well. But that's a teammate, Charles. That's Jacob Grant. And there's Stone as well. And Stone and that rainbow-colored machine trying everything he can to get down around DeWeese. And now making a 3-car battle. Oh, here comes Grant.
Yeah, Grant.
In the 3.
Grant is trying to get there as best he can. And again, Joey Stone, this is, I believe, his second race. He raced Daytona. Obviously, we weren't on the call for that one. We got the call and said, hey, can you come in and cover this? So we did, and he was in that one. He was not here last week, and he is here, of course, racing. And I'm not mistaken, but I think there's strawberries on the hood of that car. I automatically like him now because, hey, I like strawberries too.
Field at speed, working their way back around out of turn number 3. Back to the start-finish line. And DeWeese continuing to stay out in front. DeWeese, Stone, Grant, Fisher, Hardison. The laps continue to tick away here in the Virginia Office Supply 200. Round number 3 of the SNB Cup Series, presented by Appalachian Hauler Hunters on LSRTV. He is Charles Wooten. I'm Wesley Outland. We are live from virtual Michigan. And right now, Charles, oh my goodness, I was about to say we were okay, but we had a car spin below the gap, down below the apron. I think he's out of harm's way. No caution. That's Madigan. I believe
Thomas Fisher. The
Thomas
92.
Fisher. Oh my goodness, wow. He was in the top 10.
Yeah, he just looped it and went around and saved it. A good save for him to not bring out a caution whatsoever. But that's obviously going to push him deep into this field now. He has got to work his way back up, and those tires have got to be shot now as he definitely flat spotted them.
No caution after that accident with Fisher. He falls all the way back to 14th as the leaders are 1 and 2. Working their way to the back straightaway. Charles, when do you think they're hitting, buddy? I'm thinking around 75 to 78. What do you got?
I'm thinking here probably in about around lap 68. Again, 75 to 80. I think these guys are going to come in, possibly narrow that down to 75 to 78. So here in about 10 laps, I think we'll start to see guys come down.
Back straightaway into turn 3, DeWeese and Grant Stone. And now DeWeese and Stone have pulled away.
Grant right there hanging a little bit. Hardison having a good run in 4th place. Tatum sitting in the 5th position. Smith had a little bit better run, but he's fallen back to a 6th. So we'll see how he does. Gardner in a 7th, in the number 7. And Logan Brakey, again, having a decent run. But the question is, can Braxton DeWeese go 3 wins here on week number 3? Could he pull it off? You know, would be nice to see somebody else highlighted in green. But Braxton DeWeese, he has other plans for that. He'd love to see his name as the only winner so far. And, well, he's doing a good job of keeping it that way.
A good race here. Things have kind of calmed down. Things have tried to calm down.
Now, they've definitely calmed down from earlier, and here we go. Lap 71, 30 laps to go. We do have drivers down pit road. It's going to be Josh Altus coming in a little earlier than I thought he should potentially come in.
What did I say? Between 70 and 75, right? Did I say that? Did I call that, Charles?
I don't know. I wasn't listening.
I did. I said 70 to 75. They'll come to the pits.
I think...
Yes. Yeah.
You know, definitely you called it 70 to 75. I think the drivers that come down is we're going to overmit there. That is Andrew Coody's going to over to his pit stall a little bit. I think the winning strategy is going to be these drivers that come down between laps 75 and 80 to give yourself a little bit of a cushion, because I think we're going to have a late race caution, and I think the drivers that come down a little bit later, because right now, if you're someone like Altus, you have a 1 lap cushion on fuel. That is not enough to go green, white, checkered in overtime.
Louise Stone, Grant, Hardison, Tatum are your top 5. Smith, Gardner, Brakey, Packard, Gilliams. Those are your top 10. There's they are, working the way up turn number 3 and 4. Up the racetrack to the inside. DeWeese up the outside. Inside is Stone. Grant's got Hardison behind him. And here we go. Down below, coming to the pits. It's going to be Stone. Oh, he's smoking the tires as he comes to the pit lane.
Yeah, I think this is Joey Stone's downfall. I think this is what's going to cost him the race. Is he'll have a little bit of leeway, so it may not be complete downfall here for Joey Stone as he brings that number 6 down pit road. But I personally think we're going to see a late race caution and go into overtime here tonight. We've seen a couple of cautions, and if we do, I want as much fuel in that car, because I do not want to have to come down pit road before that green, white, checkered, because if you do, you're throwing the race away.
Back straightaway, Deweese is there. Grant, Hardison, Smith. And we have now green flag pit stops ongoing. Right now, there are only 14 cars on the lead lap. And it might be the same thing. Deweese, Grant, Hardison, Smith, Gardner. None of them have pitted yet, Charles. When do you think they come down to the pit lane?
Again, I think they're going to be coming down here between now and lap 80 for your race leaders. So if you're Braxton Deweese, starting now to lap 80 is when I'm going to make my pit stop. Probably around lap 78 is when he's going to come down, would be my guess. And that will make him very good on fuel. Because, you know, during pit stops, when people are coming up to speed, slowing down, and getting in front of each other, that could lead to a caution.
Back straightaway, Deweese. Grant up the outside. Hardison and Smith. Altis trying to fight to get back around.
And there he would have started lap 78, Wesley, as I kind of figured that's when he's going to come down, and you're going to see multiple drivers, Grant and Smith, going to be coming with him. I personally think this is the winning call because I do not think we are out of the woods for a caution. I think we're going to see another one, and these three drivers that just came down, Braxton Deweese, Jacob Grant, and Caleb Smith, I think have the winning strategy.
All right, 30 laps to go. The drivers in the top 10 have not pitted yet. Charles, do you think anybody could...
Not a chance.
Not a chance?
No. If you're still out at this point, all you are doing is you are been probably midfield to you know, 6th place to 10th place, 11th during this race, which is who is out front right now, and you are hoping that a caution comes out before you have to come down pit road, and you can trap these guys a lap down and make them have to take the wave around and go to the rear of the field in a late race caution with 20 to go. When they get to the line, it's a strategy. I don't know how, you know, it's going to work out for them tonight, but again, we have had caution, so it's a possibility.
Charles, I don't know if you can hear me or not, buddy. It is light outside at my house with the weather. I think it's causing the internet to glitch, so I'll try to stay with you as much as I can. But
no, you ain't staying with me, Wesley. You staying in North Carolina. Oh, they got a spare bedroom. We could put you in there, but you know the dogs like to sleep in there, so they might lick you and pee on you or something. But as long as you don't mind getting licked on by a dog. We'll see Spencer Hardison out front at the moment, but he has not pitted. Top 5 have not pitted yet. Hardison, Packard, Best, Fisher, and Johnson, your top 5 that have not come down pit road to this point. We'll see, as it looks like we're going to have Hardison and Best coming down. That's going to leave just 3. Johnson, Fisher, and Packard, your top 3 that have not pitted. They're hoping for a caution here to possibly put this field a lap down.
Packard out of the lead. Fisher, who spun down to the inside.
Fisher is one of two that has not pitted. Johnson has not pitted either. And it looks like when it all cycles around, it's possibly going to give the lead to Joey Stone, followed by Ross Tatum, and then Braxton DeWeese. Want to see Tatum is all over the back bumper of Joey Stone here at the moment, as Stone hanging on to the lead for the moment. Braxton DeWeese a little further back, but he has also got about 4 to 5 lap fresher tires than Joey Stone, so we'll see if that plays any factor into him running him down here for the race lead.
Oh boy, that lightning's bad. Thunder too.
Well, that is not good. I can definitely tell some issues with your mic, that is for sure. Tatum out front. He took the lead just now from Stone. Stone trying to hold him off, and here comes Braxton DeWeese. Again, I think Braxton picked the winning strategy. He's got fresher tires. He's got more fuel in the tank. All he's got to do is get by Stone and Tatum, and they're right there together as Tatum, again, just took the lead for the first time here tonight in the number 21 machine, and that gap is closing as right now we'll go on board with Braxton DeWeese in that high 5 at number 8, and he is running him down the back stretch. Can he catch him? I think so. It's just a matter of time before he runs him down.
Coming to the end of this thing, Tatum is there, Stone is there, DeWeese 1, 2, and 3. And these other drivers, when do they pit, Charles? When do they pit?
Everyone at this point has pitted. So everyone has made their final stop.
Yeah, so the gamble is
Tatum out front, leading this thing at the moment. There is DeWeese. He's got by Stone. He's getting by Stone here at the moment. Again, fresh tires, a premium here, as they are going to work wonders here for DeWeese. DeWeese trying to go 3 for 3 here tonight for the third race of this series at Michigan. He's got his hands full with Stone. Stone's not just going to let him by, as he's going to battle him, but I don't know how much of a battle it's going to be. It's 9 laps versus 13. All he needs to do is make sure he can get by Stone as quickly as he can and not use up his tires trying to do so. And then he can get to Ross Tatum. But it looks like the 6 is going to crowd the 8 a little bit. So obviously Stone crowding DeWeese a ton, trying to break his momentum.
Tatum, DeWeese, Stone, Grant, Hardison, your top 5. And the laps are ticking away here. We are on lap number 87, lap 88 coming up.
Just a handful of laps left, and Deweese did what he needed to do. He got by the 6 of Joey Stone as quickly as he could. Now he's going to dip to the inside of Ross Tatum. Again, Ross Tatum, they almost collide, making contact there. And, if you're that 8 right now, Braxton Deweese, you've got to just get by these guys. Both Tatum and the 6 of Joey Stone have really tried to crowd him down to the bottom and not let him by, and he is having none of that. He did not back down this time from Tatum, and Tatum had to almost check up to not get into him. But your new race leader, again, not new, but your new race leader for this lap anyway, is going to be Braxton Deweese, now with 11 to go, 10 to go at the line. Check in a little deeper in the field. You do have the 2 of Logan Brakey and the 88 of Matt Dyer right here together, as well as Christian Gardner. Those 2 making something happen, and now we got a little bit of a battle going on for the 2nd position. Again, we just saw Braxton Deweese get by both of these, and now you have the 21 under fire from Stone, or Tatum. Tatum under pressure from Stone. Spencer Hardison now, because of all the battling, he's moving into the picture, trying to make something happen for a podium position. You still got these little battles going on throughout the field, as you got the 76 back here mired a couple of laps down. But definitely some good battles going on throughout this field. And, of course, up at the front as Hardison has made his move into 3rd place.
Charles, it is like really, really bad lightning here, dude. I'm honestly worried about my equipment. I will try to stay with you as long as I can to the end of this thing.
Hey, if you need to run,
it's
need to run.
91, so it's on lap 91. I'll try to stay here with you, bud, for the finish.
Braxton Deweese, if you need to shut her down for now, shut her down. You are getting a little choppy on us anyway, so you might just want to shut her down and see if you can't come back here in a little bit for the truck series later on tonight. Maybe it'll have passed by then. But good little battle going on for Stone and Tatum there side by side right now with 8 laps to go, as they again just duking it out. And here comes Stone back to the inside again. Stone's 2nd race with the series, and he's going to really crowd up on the 21 of Tatum, almost taking his nose off. And you can see there is a little bit of a coupon code on there. It says use code sloppy. He almost made that back bumper a little sloppy, as just Joey Stone did not give Ross Tatum any room to get by, as he almost took that nose off. Meanwhile, up towards the front, could Hardison have something for Deweese? Deweese hanging on to the lead right now with just under 10 to go. 7 going to be 6 to go at the line. Hardison may have something for your race leader, Braxton Deweese, though.
The laps are winding down, working now lap number 94 this time by as they come back to the stripe. And we have a caution on the speedway. Yellow flag is out. Deweese, and oh my goodness, Cootie with a problem down to the inside. One of the dominant strong cars of the race, Charles, and we have a yellow flag.
I told you there would be a late race caution that would bring us into overtime. However, this is not going to take us into overtime. We had 6 laps to go when the caution came out, and he's just going to break it loose on his own, as I'm not sure what he was doing there. Just got loose, or just decided he wanted to take the car and spin it out, and I'm not sure entirely why it brought out a caution. He was off the racing surface, so regardless of that, the caution is out. And this is where I think Braxton DeWeese is setting good. Hardison maybe sitting just a little bit better because he has some fresher tires as 13, but no, it doesn't matter. They're all coming down anyway. I don't know if I would have made this call, but hey, they're going to make it. You want to talk about a winning move here? Spencer Hardison, I think, just made a winning move because this is not going to put us into overtime. It's going to be regular green, white, checkered, and Tatum having problems on pit road. He has to back up multiple times. Now he's in his box. No, he's still having to go forward as he will have a horrible final stop here. He's probably regretting coming down at this point to even attempt a little quick fuel and tires, but everybody taking their last set of tires here for this race. And your leader is Spencer Hardison at the moment, followed by Caleb Smith and Logan Brakey, who did not come down pit road. The first one that did is going to be Braxton DeWeese. That should put him in fourth, so he'll be on the outside on the restart of row 2. It'll be very interesting to see how this one all plays out.
Charles, I'm going to let you carry this race to the finish. The power's flickering. I think it's going to go out. I don't want my equipment to get messed up, bud.
Alrighty.
Thank you, everybody, for watching. Charles is going to take you the rest of the way home, and I'll be back here in a little bit. Hopefully, the weather will be better for the Northwest Truck Series event at Dover.
All right, well, there you have it. Wesley going to step away here. We'll see if his internet and weather is better into this one and into the next race. We'll let you know as it's about 8:30 p.m. So we have next broadcasting about the Northwest Cup Series. That will in about 2 hours, 8:30, 9:30, 10:30. So about 2 hours from now, exactly 2 hours and 4 minutes. That one, we'll see if Wesley's able to make it on a call for that. If not, if you're one of our crew members out there tuning in, we'll see if we can for that. It's major issues in the household of the Outland, so we'll definitely check in with that and see what's not having a good experience over there with power and internet going in and out, and might have noticed it took him a little to respond there as the internet was not them. But Spencer Hardison, your race leader here at the moment, he has possibly a winning strategy here. He did not pit, either fall to the back, one of the two. As green flag is out and we are racing here. We're on lap number 98, 3 laps to go here for the chicken. I don't think we're going to go 3 wide. Braxton DeWeese with his fresh tire says, I'm coming through the middle, boys. Split it up. Here I come. And we're going to go 3 wide for second. Like I said, I think Braxton DeWeese had a winning strategy. I didn't know about coming down pit road if that was going to work, but everybody did except for the top 3. So 6 going around of Joey Stone. No caution. New leader is Braxton DeWeese, and these guys are getting a little hairy back here, and we got them going into the wall. That's the 2 just scattering right now as we have 2 laps to go. DeWeese out front, Hardison, Grant, Gardner, and Packard, your top 5, and we are going 3 wide for second place one more time, and it's going to be Grant taking over second place, followed by Gardner, and we are still some cars going around. That was Joey Stone and potentially some more. They're scattering. Caution is out. We are not going to take it. We are going into green, white, checkered territory. Our Braxton DeWeese and everyone that came down, this strategy has played out perfect. As we go look at the Pulse Poppers instant replay, make sure you get some of those Pulse Poppers fishing lures if you need to go fishing, as it is perfect time for it. And we're about to see exactly what happened here. As again, multiple cars going around, and not sure it was further back here. And looks like the 12, the 69 getting involved, the 15 involved, or 59, sorry. 55, that is multiple drivers involved in this one, and that will send us into overtime for the first time here tonight, and we are lap 1 with this little incident towards the rear of the field. While the lights are on, since running solo here for the remainder of this race, I am going to step away real quick. We'll be right back here. Have a quick word from Appalachian Hauler Hunters. Make sure you check them out on YouTube for the latest videos.
Look how wide that deer is. Oh my god. Oh my god. He's down. He's down. Hold him up first, huh? Can you hold him up? Son, what do you think about that? Dylan, give us some kids, buddy. Excited? After me.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. The lights still on the pace car here at the moment. We will be going racing for the first time here tonight in overtime. Hopefully everybody topped off on fuel the best they could. As right done so, Braxton the Weisher leader, Trenton Jump. Jacob Grant Gardner, Packard and Hardison, your top one that did not come down on pit road. He is mired back in 5th now. And then a little deeper in 9th place, Logan Brakey, who tires or fuel on that last caution minus this one. So we'll see how it all plays out. Braxton the Weisher, as you do have season 1 winner Josh Altus in 6th place. And then, of course, you have Rob Sherwood in the 8th place in the season 2 winner, looking to go back to back. And then right now, it doesn't look like that is going to happen, but definitely trying his best to do so. Well, we'll about to see lights are off this time by, and we will go racing here in just a few moments. Again, if you've got a driver you think's got a good shot, call them out now. Make your pick. This is the final, well, possible final attempt at a green-white checkered. We'll see. We kind of wait and see how it all plays out. But we'll see. Again, we're just going to have to play the waiting game and see. Braxton the Weisher trying to go 3 for 3. Could Jacob Grant or Edison, Altus, Peterson, or Sherwood? And your top 8. Could one of these drivers make the upset here tonight and get him and get by him for the win? Pace car getting ready to dive off. As you can see, they are in the last set of corners. 3 and 4 for the pace car dives off. And we go racing here for the SNB Cup Series and Virginia Supply Company. Here for tonight's race, it is the Virginia Supply Company. It's 100 laps here at Michigan, and we are going 104 laps in this race. This is 2 laps to go. Braxton the Weisher out front, and it is complete chaos behind. And Altus all going to go 3-4 wide, possibly. We'll see, as they are just side by side, beating and making everybody trying to get every position they can here at the moment. It's just Hornet's Nest. You want to talk about killer Hornets? Here they are right here, and the 7 of Gardner going to stick it in there, trying to get 3rd place. He could possibly do it. Get the CRN 1 to go right now, and will we get it? It's the question. We'll see. Yes, CRN 1 to go. White bring out the caution here tonight. Your CRN 1 to go is out. It is the Weisher, followed by Grant Gardner and Fisher going to be your top 5 position. If you've got anything for Braxton the Weisher, if you're Grant, this is the time to do it. I don't know if they can, but they are all all right. It's like the police chasing the robber right now. As you got one car out front and everybody else trying to file in behind him and chase him. It's next in the East goes 3 for 3 here at Michigan. He won Daytona. He won week 2. I believe Dover. I don't remember where we're at, but he won week 3 as well. He has got to be happy with himself here. As again, 3 for 3, followed by Gardner and Fisher. Your time adjusts a little bit, but what a run for that 8 machine. And everyone else that did good here tonight is a snoozer, as they put on a heck of a show for you. So we won't keep everyone too long. We're there now. We crossed the line here for the SNB Cup Series presented by Appalachian Hauler Hunters, and your 8, Braxton DeWeese, going to burn them down here. His 3rd win, and his 3rd win in a row here on the season. We'll see if they don't put a bounty on his head here shortly. It's again a awesome run for that 8 machine, as we'll go ahead and while he celebrates, take a quick look at your unofficial race results here for the SNB Cup Series. Braxton DeWeese, no surprise, he's in victory lane here tonight. He's been on a roll, followed by Christian Gardner, Thomas Fisher, Rob Sherwood, Jacob Grant, Andrew Cootie, Joseph, Eric Stamp, and Matthew Williams, rounding out your top 10. Spencer Hardison, Jake Rager, Robbie Helms, Spencer Batten, your pole sitter, finishing in 16th, followed by Zach Peterson, Chris Smith, Matt Dyer, and Josh Altus, who was up front a little bit, just not finishing where he wanted to, in 20th. Rounding out your field's going to be Joseph Madigan, Caleb Smith, Ross Tatum, and Keenan Massey not starting tonight's race. That just about wraps it up. Go talk to our top 3 drivers who are getting ready for us down in Victory Lane and on pit road. We will be back here in just a moment, and when we do, we'll talk to those top 3. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back here with your top 3. An interesting comment we just heard, but we'll get to that here in just a moment, as we're going to be talking to those top 3 drivers, starting with 3rd place, and that, of course, is going to be Thomas Fisher in the number 92 machine, coming in a 3rd place, and a new driver here as well. you get a third place finish here tonight. It was a up and down night for just about everyone here in this race. You know, Michigan typically a little bit of a snooze fest sometimes. It can get real strung out here, Thomas, but that is not the case. There were battles all night long. So how was it behind the wheel trying to fight for that top 3 position here tonight?
Also, I'm surprised. As I said, getting that top 3 position, I'm so surprised I actually got it because coming out of the pits, I think I was 23rd, something like that, and because I'd ended up having some contact with, I think it was Hardison, just got turned and then lost a lot of time to come back drive. But dirty air it's such an important factor here at Michigan, just because you can't really follow somebody when you're on older tires. You have to find your own line necessarily, and that comes with different runs in and out of the corner. So it really was just playing the long game all night.
It definitely was a great night of racing here at Michigan, better than we've seen in quite some time for that matter. As far as coming into it, we heard some, stuff going around, floating around the garage that some people really like 10-to-1 or a steering ratio, but then in the long run, it wasn't good. It was just good in the beginning. Tires possibly, a little slippery at the beginning. So is this true? Were the tires a little slick out there? Or was it tight? How was the car handling? And when you're done, thank your sponsors as well.
The car was laps. It was incredibly tight, and I was saving tires the whole time. I was running the 16-to-1 ratio, so doing absolutely everything I could possibly to save them. But yeah, it was understeery as all hell. You couldn't do anything, no matter what you did with your driving style. The only thing I figured out that was kind of helping it out was if you start really right at the top, lift off super early, and you cut down to the bottom lane of the racetrack about halfway through the corner, and they just plant your foot to the floor, and you seem to go right that way. It was so tight. But yeah, first night, massive thanks to the team. Team did an amazing job helping me get prepped. I'm not usually an oval guy, only so they did absolutely amazing. Huge thanks to Brock Packard, Ross Tatum, as well as Spencer. Spencer did an amazing job as well. It was his first race tonight, so they all did super well. Huge thanks to Asian NASCAR for designing the paint scheme, TMG Racing Network as well for sponsoring me, and then SCW VRE Racing, my usual team. They come on board and give me some tips and stuff whenever I need it. So super massive thanks to them, and as well thanks to Shadow Racing for keeping me on board.
Congrats on the third place finish here tonight as we move just a little further up in pit road as we move to Christian Gardner in the number 7. Of course, sporting this kind of odd if he didn't support him. He has him on the hood, the side, and he puts him in second place here tonight. Christian, you had a few less laps there on the tires. The caution came out. Had that last caution not come out, do you think you could have got by Braxton DeWeese and got the win?
I'm not too sure. I was really hoping there'd be that second caution. I know with the Toyotas, they're not really. If we could have one more restart, it was going to be what we needed. Just luckily enough, I was able to line up in third, in a position to make a good restart and be able to get up there and run with those boys. I don't normally have that type of luck in this series. It seems like I've lost them every which way you possibly can. So I was excited to get up here in second.
Definitely, you had an amazing run here tonight to get second place. And, same kind of question. It was a wild night here. Again, Michigan, usually a kind of a snoozer. It was not. We saw 2, 3, and even front, even towards the back. When you get into some of these, 3, 4 wide situations, is it a little intense out there, a little scary possibly?
Oh gosh, yeah. It's so unlike driving a real race car. Obviously, most of us run a single screen computer, so you're very limited on what you can see. In a real race car, you have a little bit more peripheral vision than what you have in these things. So when you're actually up beside a guy, you have to really be good at judging exactly where the guys beside you. If you're 3 or 4 wide, you got to judge about. You got to make it right on where both of those guys are. So to say that it's sketchy is to say, there at the end, we was making moves 3 and 4 wide. It was just hold your line and hope it sticks. would never do that early, but there at the end, you got to do what you got to do to get up there.
Yeah, you definitely do. Got to do what you got to do sometimes, and you did it here tonight. You got second, and I think it goes without saying, do you have any sponsors? Because we know you do. You got to thank the sponsors on that hood.
Oh, man, I'm telling you, we have some of the best sponsors in the world, some of them that help sponsor this series, and, of course, everybody that helps sponsor our show, Appalachian Holler Hunters. Got to go check that out if you haven't yet. And, of course, our main sponsor here tonight, Mountaineer Outfitters. Got to thank Shane for everything he does for Appalachian Holler Hunters. Got to thank Bone Collector, Realtree for everything that they've done. Got to thank my teammate Kevin Martin. He had a tough night as well. He should have been up there with us, but he got took out pretty early, and that screwed up his strategy, but... got to thank all the other guys, NAP Broadheads, Big and J, Onyx Hunt, Carhartt, Garmin, all those guys. They're all, they go, not only they make this work, they make the show Appalachian Holler Hunters go as well.
Again, a good run for you here. Congrats on the second place as we head to victory lane for the third time for Braxton DeWeese in the number 8 machine. First things first, Braxton, congrats on the third win in a row. Are you a little afraid they're going to put a bounty on your head here soon?
They can put a bounty on my head all they want. Not going to change my demeanor of trying to get these race wins. Still chasing for the most wins of the year, and we're on a really good track right now for that.
And he's going to slow him down. We were talking about this a little bit earlier in the race, that you do have a drop week. And as of right now, your drop week would be a win. So at some point, do you just ram it into the wall and have a bad race here coming if you continue the streak, just so that you will drop a bad race instead of just a win?
No, all the wins aren't going to come. I'm just on a hot streak right now. I guarantee one of these races... I'm not going to win all these races. There's just too much talent going on in this league for me to win every single race. So I think if we don't finish first, we'll still have a good run. Any mistakes or get wrecked or anything. But yeah, we just, like I said, every single time I'm on an interview, I just check them boxes, and we checked them here tonight as well.
You definitely did check them. And, of course, the box that's also checked, that is sponsors. We know you got them on the car. So who would those be for your third win of the season and your third win in a row here for the SNB Cup Series?
Yeah, I want to give big thanks to Rapid Response. They just came on the car, and for 3 races, they're 3 for 3 so far. So glad to get them all the 3 wins and all the attention. They really do deserve it. They're up and coming, so... look them up on Facebook or whatnot. If you're around Dayton area, they do a lot of good stuff. I'd look into it. I also want to thank the rest of my sponsors: Plaid Home Improvements, Zimmerman Concrete, Bronze Pizza, Bennett's Biblical, Ravenwood Enterprise, Scott Martin and Jeff Schmidt, NASCAR Technical Institute, Blaze Designs, and King Grant Paints. I want to thank LSRTV, you guys, for doing a great job. Look forward to going back and watching this. I know it was a pretty interesting race, so I'm looking forward to it. I want to thank Hot Fire Flip and Drive the 8. I also want to thank Appalachian Holler Hunters, Tight End Loose Off, and Virginia Office Supply for sponsoring the race.
All right, well, there you have it, your race winner, Braxton DeWeese, and that's just about going to do it here for myself. Wesley, who unfortunately had some internet issues, and he is no longer with us here at the moment. But again, on behalf of myself, him, everybody at LSRTV, and of course at the SNB Cup Series, all the sponsors involved with that, definitely you enjoyed it. I know I did, and we'll be back here in about an hour and a half with the Northwest Truck Series, and I believe it is our final race of the night, the week. We may have one on Saturday. We'll let you know about that for an Indy 500 special event. But until the Northwest Truck Series in about an hour and a half, stay safe, and we'll see you there.